God is good?
All the time.
And all the time?
God is good.
We're to keep it what?
Real.
Keep it how?
Real.
Come on, man. You guys got to wake up. I don't hear most of these guys over here on this side. Only about the first two rows on this side. When I say God is good?
All the time.
And all the time?
God is good.
We're to keep it what?
Real.
Keep it how?
Real.
Now you guys sound a little bit more awake or whatnot. So before we go to today's service message or whatnot, I want to remind you guys that what's coming in the next couple of weeks or whatnot. Jacob will be, where's Jacob at?
He went to grab the pizza.
Oh, he want to grab the pizza. He'll be speaking next Wednesday about his testimony and his experience with God and such. The following week, we start our struggle series. For those that are not aware of it, it's really a take on Jesus against social media. So you guys want to be here for this first 3-week series. I'm going to go ahead and recap what we're going to talk about in the first week. The first week we're going to talk about is contentment. Does anybody know what contentment or being content means? It means being satisfied with what you have. And right now, as it stands right now in today's world, most of us ain't satisfied with anything that we have. No matter how much we have, we always want more, 100 years ago, when we didn't have technology, well, we just date back to 150 years ago, 200 years ago, when people used to live in shacks and, cook their food on fire or bonfires and stuff like that. They were happy as could be. And now we just can't seem to have that joy or that happiness that people a couple hundred years ago had with all the stuff that we still have around us or whatnot. The second subject we're going to talk about in the first week is intimacy. Really, intimacy is more like you putting up a post on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and then you automatically expect people to like it or whatnot. You're trying to connect to a certain level of intimacy with people that you really don't know and giving yourself satisfaction in thinking that the more likes you get, then the more better you will appear, to other people or whatnot. So that's what we're going to cover in the first week. And the second week, we're going to cover compassion. I told you guys yesterday, last week about compassion. It's like the more I see about people suffering in the world, the less I tend to feel compassion about it. Just because it's kind of redundant. It keeps occurring. And not just that, but I have really less interaction with personal individuals because I just don't socialize as much. So it tends to give me not to care a lot more about my surroundings on opposed to just looking at it as social media side, and I'm like, okay, another car bombing, another person got killed, you just keep scrolling or whatnot. So it kind of takes the sensitivity away from your personal self when you expose yourself to so much out there in the media or whatnot. So that's week 2. And week 3, week 2, we're also going to talk about being authentic. And that's being authentic, being you, being real. A lot of us, we put up a lot of front on our pics on Instagram. I'm guilty about that. Filter out a pic or whatnot to make it look pretty, goose, or what is it, duck face picture or whatnot. So I was gonna say goose, but anyway. So the third week we're gonna cover gossip. It's about, and now most of you guys are guilty about this, putting your significant other or your loved one out on blast on a news feed or post. Somebody, you just got into it with your brother or your loved one or your husband or your wife, and I hate my husband, I hate my wife, I hate my brother, and all this. Really, a lot of that stuff, you really should keep it to yourself because you kind of really look ridiculous out there. I myself kind of learned the hard way throughout my way. If I look at my time hop, I don't know if you guys have the app, the time hop, where it shows you your past posts that you added. And I've gotten a lot better, I gotta say. I really have gotten a lot better because I used to put people on blast all the time. So anyway, and then we're gonna finish up the third week with rest. And it's really just how to rest without social media, not worrying about what's happening in the world, because in all honesty, the world doesn't really care about you. Nobody cares about what you got going on, whether you're up in the middle of the night, liking all these kind of posts and all these pics. Nobody really cares about that. So anyway, that's going to be our next 3 weeks after that, after Jacob takes over next Tuesday. I'm going to go ahead and bring on Mark so we get this going, because I know a lot of people are excited for Mr. Robledo to be here. So.
All right. All right, so 1997, the school year 97-98. My Jackson, is this on? Hello. All right.
That's
so
on now.
I was soccer coach Jackson Middle School, and the season was about to get underway. And I remember I was doing lunch duty. You guys know where the portals are? My Jackson Tigers, where the portals were at, you know? Yeah. So I was over by the portals watching the kids, and I look over next to me, and there's this kid standing next to me, 7th grade. And what I noticed is, of course, he was Mexican, because almost everybody at Jackson is Mexican, but he had green eyes, green-eyed Mexican. And I'm like, but there was a connection, and we became friends. And then I found out he was a really good goalkeeper. And in his 8th grade, goalkeeper at Jackson, he only allowed 1 goal in like 13 games. He was an amazing goalkeeper. He went from Jackson to Capitol Hill. He was a Redskin, always a Redskin. And graduated from Capitol Hill, went to Mid-America College, and then he joined the Marine Corps. And I remember I was coaching soccer at Jackson when I got the phone call, and he called me. He's like, Enzo, you're not going to believe what I did. I'm like, what'd you do? Because he never gets in trouble. He never got in trouble. He never got a referral in middle school or high school. Never got in trouble. Just made good decisions, made good choices. He said, I just joined the Marine Corps, and I said, I'm gonna kill you. And anyway, he went to, and he did 2 tours. He did one in Afghanistan, he did one in Iraq. And he got his citizenship while he was over there. And he's a US citizen. I am very proud that I was able, in a way, kind of be a mentor to him. And in a way, he's been kind of a mentor to me with his humility. And so I want to introduce to you guys, and this is probably the first time he's actually been introduced in this way, and show some love to Corporal Jorge Robledo.
Stand up.
Give it up.
All right, well, how are we doing today?
Doing good.
Doing okay? Yeah? Well, as I'm standing back there, I'm trying to figure out, who is he talking to? Who's there? Anybody else in here? Nah, it's just me. First of all, thank you. Thank you for letting me be here. It's more of an honor for me than it is anything else. Countless years I've walked these streets, I've said hello to the Dollar Taco, the Tony's Tacos, and everybody else that's out there. But with the passing years, I've learned that it's not necessarily about what we can become. As you see me standing here, it's more my privilege than anything, because you are the ones that give me that motivation. The former Jackson Tigers, the now Capitol Hill Redskins, so forth and so on. And because of all of you that put in the work is the reason that I'm here. You all give me that motivation to be able to say, hey, look, it's possible, it's doable, you know? You wake up every morning, you go about your lives, you brush your teeth, hopefully. You do these X amount of things, and nobody ever recognizes you. And let me be the first to say thank you, because you are the ones that get up every day and you go to work and you take care of your families and you send your kids to school, or you yourself spend 7-8 hours in school or what have you, and you go and then you take care of your little brothers and little sisters and so forth and so on. And that's very, very promising. Not because you do it every day, not because you have to do it, but because something deep down inside of you says, I have someone that is looking out for me. Who that someone is, we really don't know. I don't know. The countless adventures that I've had, the motivational people that have been in my life have put me here right now. And hopefully, with time, I can give back to this community. The community that I still work in, that I still participate in, that I watch every one of us do various things in. Therefore, with that said, I think the biggest person I have to thank is God. He has given me the opportunity to be here right now, at this very moment. With all that you see in front of you means, honestly, this means nothing. You is the people that I want to try to reach and say, look, there's something else. There's something different. There's something out there that, yeah, we might not be able to see it. We might not be able to feel it or even put our hands on it. But it's there. And with faith through you, faith through everyone that is in contact with you, we know that there's something out there. As I'm back there waiting for Mr. Insko to give me the go-ahead to come on stage, I'm thinking, well, what am I going to tell them? Well, I'm just going to be honest. Countless times I've been faced with adversity, okay, to the point of taking my own life because my life was so bad in a sense. It wasn't bad, it was just I had no purpose. I had no feeling, I had no self-want or spiritual need for things, that I found it easy to take that way out. To say, you know what, I'm just going to quit. It's going to be over. I'm done. But deep down or somewhere from above, if you want to call it that, this little voice said, hey, whoa, what are you doing, man? Calm down. All right? Let's wait and see what I have in store for you. Now, we've had various conversations, Mr. Insko and myself, and other people, and I still can't figure out the purpose. I really can't. But there is something out there that drives every one of us to do better things for us, for our friends, for our family members, for everyone that has a contact with us. And with that motivation or that drive that he gives us, it just prolongs that chain, as I like to call it. You do something good for someone else, that person does something good for someone else, so forth and so on. And it becomes a trickle effect. It becomes a long link of things. And where it ends up or where it stops, we don't know. We would hope to know, we want to find out, but the only way we can find out is to put ourselves and everything that we have to Him. Lord, guide me. Let me know why I'm here.
Right.
Let me know why I have what I have, and where do you want to send me? Where do you want to put me today? Right here. Right in this very stage. Where I can say thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to rejoice in what's out there. And sitting in classroom with you. In saying, hey, you need me to help you with that gas? Whatever that might be. Now, I'm not the holiest of individuals. I'm going to tell you that right now. I've done some stuff that's crazy. Okay? But because I have that spiritual fulfillment, if you will, I can make a righteous choice. I can say, I'm going to stand my ground and not let anybody tell me what to do otherwise. Let them say whatever they want to say. I know that if I have faith in myself and have faith that my Lord will carry me through whatever that might be, then I will come out victorious. Countless times have we been put in situations where we don't know what to do. What is the first thing we do? I need help. Maybe not in those words, but you do. I need to understand why I'm here. All right? Because at 5 years old, I can remember having to cross the desert with my family. Having to swim across the river. Why? I don't know. I just knew I was there. As I'm crossing this desert with my family, we get our food taken. So now we're left with no food for 2 or 3 days. Why? I don't know. Well, it just so happens that on that 4th day, my family's tired, my mom's tired, dad's tired, I'm tired. We've been walking for a little bit. And my dad's like, well, you know what? We might as well go ahead and come out to this road and see what happens. We can't go any further without water, without food. We can't go any further without that spiritual need, is what I was looking at. And now that I've had time to look at that, my story is one of, hey, look where I'm at now. Well, as I'm standing there far away from maybe here to the wall at this tree, my father walks out. A couple hours go by, nobody goes by. A couple more hours go by, nobody's there. And then all of a sudden I get this feeling. Where does this feeling come from? I don't know. This feeling tells me, hey, you know what? You need to go out there and stand with him. But why? I'm perfectly fine right here laying on the grass. Yeah, but you need to get up. Go over there. So, being the hardened little kid that I am, I get up and I go over there. Not even 5 minutes goes by and this car comes by. He whizzes past us. He stops a few feet away, comes all the way back, and this little nice old man, old woman, and they ask, where are you all going? What are you all doing out here? I can remember, I'm standing right here. I can remember just looking at their face. Who are they? I don't know. Why are they there? I don't know. All right. The next few words out of that individual's mouth. Why are you here? Where are you going? Well, we're going anywhere if you'll take us there. So, long story short, these two-hearted individuals take us, leave us in a hotel. First time in the States for this little kid. The first thing I have is McDonald's. McDonald's, y'all. McDonald's. Hey, the arches. Never forget it. All right. So as I'm eating my first burger, what it was, I don't remember. But I'm sitting here watching these people as they themselves pay for a hotel for us to stay for the night. Okay? And as I turn back to look at the car that I just got out of, they disappeared. They're gone. I don't know where they went. So a split second for me to look at something and notice that it's gone takes a good 5-6 minutes for them to leave. But now that I've learned from my experience, the only thing I can consider that is a miracle. That's it. That's all it is. And it was something that was meant for a purpose. For my purpose, maybe. I don't know. For my parents' purpose. For someone's purpose. For you all to just sit here and listen to what I have to say is that purpose. Countless stories throughout my life have been more than exciting. All right, have been more than what I could sit here and explain to you. Where I'm at now in my life will maybe dictate a lot of what I'm doing right now. But a purpose for us is never really painted in black and white. It's always bits and pieces. Bits and pieces of situations that you might take. Situations that you can make your own. Situations that are just for you. Because nobody lives your life but you. Nobody tells you what to do or how to do it but you. Yes, you have your parents that can guide you, that can mold you. You have your friends that can give you a helping hand. You know, things like that. But in essence, you are the only one that has that ability to choose right from wrong. Okay? Just like you have a choice to accept God in your life. You have that choice. It's given to you. What you choose to do with it is up to you. I can't tell you how to do that. I'm not able to. Now I can say, hey, you know what, if you do this, then the outcome might be a little bit different. All right, so with different situations come different stories. As one day I'm sitting out at this outpost out in the middle of nowhere, literally out in the middle of nowhere, nothing but a camel and some rocks over there. All right, and they told me, hey, Private, you need to go watch that rock. But sir, why? Just go watch it. Okay. So I go sit out there, and I have this little radio, and I can hear everything that people are saying, hey, you know, this is going on, blah, blah, so forth, so on. And I'm still thinking, why am I sitting here? Everything that's going on is going on down there. And if you've ever been in a dark place, you know, you turn on lights on, you can see, or sometimes you get a little bit of light, and you're like, oh, there's a rabbit, right? Or there's something right there. In the desert, when it's dark, you can't see your finger. Like right here. You just can't. It's so dark that it's like, wow, there's nothing out here. I can't use the light. I can't use anything. I can't use NVGs or these night vision goggle things that they give you. I can't use these because it'll give away my position. It'll give away where I'm at. And I only have maybe 30, 40 rounds, my M16, 9mm. Anybody comes, I'm done. Can't do anything. 30 rounds is nothing. So again, I can't turn a light on. I can't do any of these things. So the only thing I have to go off of is what they're saying in this little radio. All right. So 2 hours goes by. It's still light. No big deal. 3 hours goes by. It's okay. I can still see. Now I'm getting worried because the sun's going down. Oh man, they haven't checked up on me in about 4 or 5 hours already. Did they forget about me? I hope not, because it's dark out here. So the only thing I have to go off of again is this little radio. As I'm watching these things that I have move around, I'm thinking to myself, hopefully they come back to me. Hopefully they don't forget about me. Long story short, 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm still sitting there trying to figure out, okay, I can't see them. What am I going to do? The only thing I have to do is believe in myself and believe that someone that I don't know is even there anymore will come back to see me. Will be like, hey, are you still there? Yeah, I'm still here. I've been sitting here for a couple hours now. 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, they finally realize that apparently I'm not where I'm supposed to be. But my blind faith in my commanders or in the people that I have to trust tells me they will come back. They will be there for you. It's going to take a while, but they're going to be there. So that blind faith is what we have to remember. Yeah, we can't see them, just like we can't see God. We can't see these outer things that give us that push. But they're there, and you have to hope that they'll come back for you. Hope that He will be there, which He is there. Right now, He's here. He's listening to us. He's listening. He's thinking. He's saying, okay, how am I going to give Him this message so they can take back and spread it throughout your family, throughout your community, whatever that might be. Okay? So that blind faith alone that you have already puts you here in this situation right now. What you do with it is up to you. That ammunition that you have inside of you spiritually will guide you through these things. All right? Places that you only hear about on TV, places that some of you might visit one day, okay, are very important sometimes. Sometimes you have to take that little bit of sand and put it in a big old jar and be like, okay, now I can see what's going on. Now I can tell other people why this or that exists. Why people out there in the world need to know that there is a God. That there is someone else that can help you. It's not just you, it's not just me. There's something else out there. And if you understand that you have a purpose, now, right here in this very moment, it might be to listen to me. It might not be to listen to me. It might be to listen to yourself. Inside of you, something is saying, why did I come today? Well, maybe I came just to see and make sure that I can poke him. I don't know. Maybe he'll laugh if I poke him. Who knows? But yes, I am real. He is real. It is real. Life will hit you very hard. Life will sometimes kick you and then step on you and then step on you again if you can. But if you have that blind faith, if you have that ability to say, I'm going to keep going and going no matter what happens, then you've won already. There's nothing else you can do. That's it right there. You have won beyond any shadow of a doubt. You are able to say that you right here, right now, will take a message, a vision out into the world and make it your own. Have an understanding of what happens to you. Okay? Countless stories throughout the events that I've seen and that I've done. I mean, Mr. Insko has said, hey, look, why don't you tell them about this, that, or the other? Well, I don't know what to tell them. I really don't. But one story that does stick out in my mind is the reason that I'm here right now. Okay, they give you medals for things that you do. They give you the appreciation things. But the events that happen, they don't ever tell you why they gave you these medals or why they gave you these various things. As we're doing a convoy, we're providing the security for these various people out there, right? Exposing our lives, exposing other people's lives, so forth and so on. We're called, and they tell us, hey, you got to go over here and make sure that there's no bombs there. I said, okay, let's go. We're going down the street, a couple miles down. Everything's good, no big deal. We're going back to the base, and on our way back to the base, I accidentally get blown up. Okay. Now the thing is, and I call it accidentally now, at the time it wasn't funny. Right now it's like, oh, I can laugh at it. All right. But it's like, I'm in this vehicle, and we're going a couple miles down the road, and I can remember vividly, there's a seatbelt, just like any other car. You're going to say, oh, buckle your seatbelt, you're going to get a ticket. Okay. Out in the middle of Iraq, get a ticket. And I buckle my seatbelt, and we're going, I'm going, okay, about the fourth, fifth mile, boom, all I see is this bright light. Bright light. Now you see in the movies, nothing like the movies. Time just stops. That does happen. Time stops when things happen. All right? And that whole flash, your life before your eyes, not happen. Okay? But what does happen is your mind is so powerful, and the Lord works in mysterious ways that you're still thinking, hey, did that just happen? Yes, son, it just happened. You just got blown up again. Okay. But, okay. As I'm flying through the air here and landed a couple feet away, I'm thinking, yep, I did just get blown up again. Okay, let's keep going. Now what? Long story short. They took pictures of this vehicle that I got blown up in. And believe it or not, the belt, the explosion that happened should have torn everything apart. The belt itself was intact. Now we all get in our cars and, buckle your seatbelt in. It's kind of hard to take that thing off sometimes. And sometimes it gets stuck. Sometimes like, oh man, I can't reach it. All right? Explain to you how this situation, from being in this vehicle, this 100 and some odd ton vehicle, that is meant to take an explosion, all right? And the seat intact, the seatbelt intact, but yet I'm way over there trying to figure out what happened. That's short of a miracle to me. Something somewhere said, you know what? I'm gonna let you live just a little bit longer, just because I want to. All right, just because I have that ability to give you something that no one else has. And I thank Him every day. Every day I get up and I say, Lord, thank you. How can I motivate people now? How can I help these young individuals? How can I help anyone that I come in contact with? And the only way I can do that is by saying, you know what, let's have faith. Let's all have faith. Let's not worry about the materialistic things. Let's worry about how can I impact you? How can I do these things? How can I say, you know what, get up every morning. Pray. You know what, Lord, thank you for everything you've done. Because short of a miracle, I'm still right here standing, telling you, thank you for coming here tonight. Thank you for these various things that you've given me. Because again, it's not what I've done, it's what you will do. It's what you will go home and talk to your friends about, and talk to your family members about. And say, you know what, there are real people out there. You can come up and poke him. Look, you might not laugh, but he's there. All right? So again, in wrapping this whole thing up, I would just like to say, you know what, let's have faith. Let's have a purpose. Let's have that blind sincerity about what we do every day of our lives.
You got that?
Robledo has gone. He's told me a lot of stories, and I don't know, as time goes by, he maybe will share some more of those stories, including losing a number of friends that were fellow Marines. But like he said, he's alive, and the reason he's alive is to be here tonight, to talk to you guys, to tell you guys there is a better way. There is a God that does miracles. But one thing about Robledo, George, my son, my soccer player, I've known this kid for forever. Come here, wait. Is this guy does not ever look for any type of recognition. And so he does not know we're about to do this, but we're about to recognize, and I think Maribel, you want to come on up, and we just got some stuff that we wanted to present to you tonight. It's not nothing big, but it's something that, because I told him if they didn't do it, I would have a hard time. So the first thing we got here. Oh, wow. And this is awesome. Check this out.
Oh, wow.
And look at the back. Show the back.
¡Viva México!
And then we did, we have some pizza coming tonight, but we decided we wanted something a little extra with the pizza, so we got a little something here. Bring it on in. And then there's one more thing. I asked Carmen if she could bag up, and you guys don't need to know exactly why I'm giving him this, but he will know. And this is from me to, I promise you will not blow up. But I know that sometimes he works at Capitol Hill, he's got to go from one place to another, and he's got to kind of take stuff with him.
Really?
And so, you got a little backpack. And George, the cool thing is, we really do consider you as a hero, so when you want to be a hero, you can pick your mask and do the ninja thing.
Okay.
And so, man, we just wanted to do all this. It was Veterans Day yesterday, and I know that since you've been back, nobody's really shown any appreciation. Put it on. You don't put it on. But this is from Reverse.
Well, thank you again.
And just telling you how much we love you and appreciate what you did, man.
We thank you, man.
My son works for the Latino newspaper, and they're also going to do an article on Jorge Pe. It's a newspaper, they got to get all the facts, so maybe give them another week or so. So next time y'all go to the stores, look for it, because they're going to do an article on him.
Great.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do, guys. If you guys,
Que lo muerdan, ¿no, el pastel?
we cannot get this dirty. We cannot get this dirty.
All right, later.
What we're gonna do, guys, if you want your picture taken with him, you don't mind, right? Real hero, and like I said, I've known this guy for a long time, and it's truly an honor to have him here. My younger son's over here, my younger Mexican son. I'm glad he's even here to show some support, Chiva. And all you guys, just thanks for coming. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have a word of prayer. The pizza's here, correct? And of course the girls will go first, then we're gonna cart the cake over there. We're gonna cut it up after we take a lot of pictures of it because it's beautiful. And we're just gonna celebrate Jesus tonight, but we're also gonna celebrate Jorge. And he's going no, but yeah, we're going to anyway because he's our hero tonight, and we appreciate him. We love you, man. You know that, right? You know. All right. Okay. A lot of things said and done. Ask everybody if you would bow your head and close your eyes, guys, as we go before the Father. We bless the food tonight. If you have any questions, if there's something going on in your life that you need to talk about, talk to one of us. Anything. There's nothing that's there's nothing that's impossible for God. And that's why we do Reverse, is for you guys to know that there is a God. He loves you. He has a purpose for your life. No matter what you're going through, God has the answer. Just come to one of us during this time of pizza, and we'll be happy to talk to you. All right? Let's pray. Father, we thank you this evening for Jorge. I thank you for his life. I thank you for his testimony he's given tonight. That God, you are a God of miracles, and you can take something that's totally a disaster, something that would have been horrible, and turn it into something good. Turn it something that will glorify you and that will give people hope. And that is the life of Jorge and his testimony. God, I know that you're going to continue to minister to him and show him that his purpose is to tell people that there is hope, and that hope is in your Son, Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Lord, we thank you tonight for the pizza. We thank you for this time we're going to have together, Lord. And I just thank you for everything you've done, everything you're going to do. It's in the name of Jesus we pray. And everyone said,
Amen.
all right, guys, we're just